Hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial, and in this video I will be showing you how you can recreate this packaging template for a coffee, instant coffee. So as you can see that when this template gets folded, it does get folded into a proper carton, and you can see with all the flaps have been made. So let's dive right in and I'll show you how that can be done. So the first thing that I'll be doing is that I'll be creating a new document. Yeah. So I will be using this A4 size document, which is 210 millimeters in width and 297 millimeters in height. So I will be renaming my document to be Coffee Packaging Template. Okay, so I'll be using this as a reference to recreate the packaging right here. So I'm going to zoom out a little by clicking on Control and the minus button on my keyboard, like that. So I'll first create these the other big squares, like these big rectangles. So these will be like the sides as well as the back, and over here, this portion right here, this is the place where glue will be applied to get it stuck from the inside. Right, so let's dive right in. So I'll be using the rectangle tool and I'll let the stroke be 1, and this time I'll just change the fill to be light brown. I'm going to fill this document first. So I'll give in the dimensions, which was the width was 210 millimeters by, if I'm correct, the height was 297 millimeters, and let's see, yep, we've got that. So I'll select this and I'm gonna make multiple copies out of it now. So I click on Alt to make a copy and make one copy over here, and I'm going to make 2 more copies now. So I'll again select this and repeat the process by clicking on Alt and doing it again, and this time I'll be using another shortcut which is Control plus D. So this makes another copy since it's a repetitive pattern, right? So we've got these 3. So over here, this document will be the front side of our packaging, and this one is going to be the back side of our packaging, whereas these 2 will be the side packaging, the sides of the carton. And for this one, this is the smaller width rectangle right here, which will be used to paste, which will be used to apply glue and will be pasted from the inside on the right, this one right here. So again, I'll be using the rectangle tool and I'll be making this one rectangle going on the side like this. So I'll select this and I'll be using the selection tool to make it go into half like this, and again half like this, and with the help of the shift and the arrow keys, I'll just nudge it over here on the side. So we've got this, and as you can see that this one right here, there's like a slight nudge at, there's a certain slant right here. So I'll be doing that as well. So I'll be using the direct selection tool and getting a hold of this anchor point right here, and watch carefully. So if I use shift and the up arrow keys, this gets nudged upwards like this. So you select this anchor point, click on shift and the up arrow key and nudge it up so that you get a slight slant like this. Okay, so now we're going to make the upper flaps first. So I'll be using the rectangle tool again, and I'll let the fill be the way it is as of now. and I'm just going to go ahead and make rectangle like this. Click on all and make another rectangle over here, and I'm just going to click on Ctrl+D to make 2 more copies like that. So we've got this, and now what I'll be doing is that I'll be selecting all these, clicking on Alt and bringing these over here. So now, actually, yeah, wait. I'll actually have to redo this one, so I'll get this back to the original step, and I'll make another smaller rectangle like this, and I'm going to nudge this rectangle's anchor point, this one, upwards, by clicking on Shift and the up arrow keys like that, and I'm going to make another rectangle on the top like that. Okay, so now we've got like the basic shape. Now what we're going to do is that I'm going to go ahead and make these upper flaps first. So I'll go back here, I'll click on the rectangle tool and make one big rectangle like that. I'll be using the direct selection tool to get a hold of these 2 anchor points by clicking on Shift, and then you'll see these 2 circles coming up right in front of our points. So I'm going to go ahead and round these off like that. I'm going to select this, click on All and make another copy right about here. Then I'm going to go back and select my rectangle tool and make one rectangle like this, and I'm just going to make slight changes on these 2. I'm just going to select this and come over here. So what I'm going to do is that I'll select this and I'll select this as well. I'm going to zoom out a little, and I'm just going to increase its size a little bit like that, so that this rectangle then looks seamless with the half with these flaps right here. I'm going to select this, click on All and make another copy right about here. So we've got this. And as you can see that this rectangle has like a really slight slant over here. I'm going to make that as well. I'm going to go ahead, select this, come over here to this pen tool right here. I'm going to choose the Add Anchor Points. I'm going to make 3 anchor points like that in equal space. And with the help of the direct selection tool, I'm just going to go ahead and select these 3 anchor points with the help of Shift and nudge them upwards like this, and also probably just round the edges off a little like that. So we've got this, and as you can see that there are some triangles right here and these flaps which indicate the way the flaps have to be folded. Right, so we're going to do that as well. So I'll be using the pen tool for that, and I do not require the fill. I'm going to let the stroke be black. I'm just going to go ahead and make my triangles like this. Click on Escape to get rid of the pen tool. I'm going to select this triangle, click on Alt and gonna go ahead and just make a copy like over here. So we've got this, and then there is these folding lines as well. So I'm going to go ahead and choose my line segment tool this time. I'm going to come over here to the middle and make one line like this. I'm going to make another mirror image out of it onto this other flap as well. So to do that, I'll make sure that my line has been selected. I'll right click on this, go to transform option, go to reflect, and making sure that my vertical option has been selected, and I'll click on copy. So this line has been made, so I'll just select this and get it over here like that. Okay, now as you can see that the same triangles are over here in the bottom ones as well. But before that, I'm going to make this line as well, which indicates that there's another folding on that side. I'm going to come back here to this line segment tool and make a line till it says intersect, and that's about it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that I'll just select these two triangles, right click again, go to transform, reflect, and this time I'll be selecting the horizontal axis and clicking on copy. So once this is made, I can just drag these copies and then just place it right over here. So we've got our basic shape. Now the only thing that is left to do is that I'll select all of this. I'm going to go ahead and increase the stroke weight to 5 so that it's a lot easier for you to see where the folding marks have to be made. So once that's done, I'm just going to go ahead and select these as well, these upper flaps, and I'm going to change its color to a darker shade of brown. And then I'm going to select, I'm going to carefully just select these middle portion. I'm going to go ahead and add a gradient to this as well. So I'll click on this gradient tool, and over here in this gradient sliders, you can see that the white and the black color, it's by default. So I'm going to go ahead and change its colors now. So over here in this white one, I'll double click on this and choose the original lighter shade of brown that we had chosen. And in the black one, I'm going to choose the same darker version we had chosen. And I'm just going to change the angle, which is like this, so that it gives a very seamless effect like that. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side on these as well. So I'll select these, come back here to this gradient. I'm going to add the gradient again. It was like this, and I'm going to just change the gradient like this, so it balances out and it looks much better. That's done. I'm just going to select this again and make sure that the stroke is 5 throughout like this. I'm just going to select these two. 5. Okay, so we've got this, and I'm going to go ahead and just make sure that I've got everything that I need. And yep, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and also lock this layer, and I'm going to rename this layer 1 to be template, and I'm going to go ahead and add a new layer, and I'm going to rename layer 2 to be graphics. So what I'm going to do over here is that I'll be adding these coffee beans first. So I'm going to open up my image that I'd already saved, this coffee beans vector. You can actually easily get such images up on Google, this PNG for these kinds of images in PNG format. And I'm going to go ahead and also crop this a little because I do not actually need the excess negative space, like that, and this from here, and go ahead and click on apply. Now I'm just going to drag this image over here onto my front side, and I'm going to just rescale this so that it fits into my front side of my document. document. I'm going to make this a little bit more smaller, like that. So I'm going to make the same, I'm going to just copy the same image on the back side as well. So I'll select the image, click on all, and come over here in the center like that. So I'm going to also add a drop shadow behind these images to give it a more 3D look to this. I'm going to select these two images, go to Effect, Stylize, and click on Drop Shadow. So in the opacity, I've made the changes already, which is I'm going to get the opacity to be 55%, and I let the X offset and the Y offset and the blur to be the way it is, and the color remains to be black. I'm just going to go ahead and click on OK. And as you can see that this shadow is now added right behind our image to give it a more 3D look to this. I'm going to go ahead and also just close this image since we do not require it now. I'm going to go ahead and add the other graphics as well. I'm going to open up a new image now, which is this barcode. Again, you can get these images up on Google and also save them as per your need. I'm just going to drag these images. Probably I'll just drag this one over here. Make it come to the center. I'll unlock the template layer for now because I want to blend the layer with the background so that it looks like it's been printed on the package. So I'll go to this transparency panel, and in the blend mode I'll be using multiply, and you can see that it gets blended along with the background like that. And I'm going to go ahead and lock my layer again. So I'll close this as well, and let's see what else that I have to add. So I'm going to add this image as well. So what I'm going to do is that I'll open up a new image now. Is this coffee packaging template. So I'll be using this image right here. So I'm going to go ahead and crop the image. I'm going to bring it over here and just adjust this box and bring it closer like that, and go ahead and apply and just drag the image right over here. I'm just going to make this bigger so that it fits like this. I'm going to go ahead and lock this, and I'm going to blend this again and go to multiply like that. Okay, so we've got this. And now the only thing that is left to add, I hope, is that now the text. Yep. Okay, now we just have to give our coffee packaging a name along with these as well. So I'm going to go ahead, lock my layer first so that I do not accidentally delete out anything. I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer, and I'm going to rename layer 3 to be text. I'll choose the type tool now, click on my document, and I'm going to give my coffee packaging a name. I'm going to give it coffee bond, and I'm just going to make it bigger like this, and I'll just get this over here. And I'm just going to play around with the fonts as well. Make this bold, and I'm going to change the color to dark brown like that. So now I have to add these as well. Go back to text, type tool. I'm just going to type in 100% pure coffee. Change the font, change the color back to dark brown as well. I'm going to go ahead and change the font size to 36 and I'm going to just place it right over here. Once that's done, the only thing that is left to add in over here is the net weight. Gonna type out net weight. The net weight is 226 grams. 226 grams. And I'm gonna just make another copy over here and change its font size to 21. Gonna zoom in on that, and I'm going to type out instant coffee. I'm just going to type it out right here. Okay, I'm just going to copy this by clicking on all, and I'll be giving it an expiry date, which is best used before, let's say, 31st December 2020. And I'll go ahead and also decrease the font size to 21. I'm going to zoom in on this and just bring it onto the side like that. So we are almost done. I'm just going to add this as well. I'm going to go ahead, make a box like this. I'm going to change the fill to light brown. Okay, like that. Come back here to this text tool. I'm going to write in recommended strength. Let's see. I'm going to type out, and I'm just going to stick to just one simple thing which says strong coffee. And I'm going to go ahead and also increase the size to 60, or probably just 48. Looks okay, looks better. I'm going to get it in the middle, and I'm going to change the fill to light brown again, like that. So we've got this. We've made a sample of a coffee packaging template. Now the only thing that is left to do is that I have to save my document now. So I'll go to File and click on Save As. So by default, my file name is going to be the same as my document name, which is Coffee Packaging Template, and my Save As type is going to be Adobe Illustrator. I highly recommend that we save a file in this format so that in case if I want to make any further changes, I can easily access my AI file. And we click on Save and click on OK. So there you go. We have now successfully made our coffee packaging template and also saved it as an AI file. I hope you found this video to be useful, and you can use similar methods to design various other types of packaging as well. So thank you for watching and stay tuned for more.